You want to get the most possible leads for the lowest possible ad spend on your Facebook ads, right? Well, you and everyone else. But the difference is, while they are scouring to find the perfect headline, image, caption combination, you found me. And I am going to make your life a heck of a lot simpler by cutting through all of the BS trial and error and cutting straight to a strategy that actually works in lowering your ad spend and increasing your leads. Now, of course, this is all part of a Facebook Ad Simplified series, which is going to help you understand Facebook on a simpler, easier level that maximizes your ROI. I've been in marketing for over 16 years, and I've run Facebook ads for hundreds of clients, including upwards of a 703% ROI. I've done it the hard way, and that sucked. But I've also figured out a much simpler way to do it. And once you go in the Facebook black, you never go back. Can I say that here? Bring it back, bring it back. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of that juicy content. It gets real juicy. All right, let's get right to it. So the best, most effective way to get a low ad spend is to run local ads. But I hear what you're saying. You are not a local business. Why on earth would you run local ads? Well, quite frankly, because local ads are freaking cheap. So let's talk about how you can do it for your business. This will take you a little bit more time, but it saves you a lot of money in the end. So you have to decide if it's worth it. So here's what we're gonna do. You're going to take your ads and you are going to figure out how you can customize them to speak to a local target audience, right? So it's not just, hey, calling all moms who are looking for a stress-free meditation. It's, hey, moms of Philadelphia, we know that you haven't felt great since the Birds won the Super Bowl back in January, but we've got another way for you to get that feeling back. That sounds so lovely. In today's video, we're going to go over the Facebook ad that gets you the cheapest lead without sacrificing the quality, why it works, and how to leverage your unique touch to make your ads irresistible. You are going to figure out how to speak to your niche even more niche down because you're speaking to a local population. And the best place to start is your own local area. Unless for some strange reason the people in your area don't want what you've got, this is an incredible place to start. Now, if you're super nerdy like me, you might want to understand why this works. Of course, this is not necessary. We are simplifying, but we all can't help but want to know how the sausage gets made. So I'm going to do my best to break down a very complicated system in a way that makes sense, easy to digest, so you know why you're trying to do what it is you're doing. When it comes to your Facebook ad, it is an auction and you are bidding for the best spot in front of your viewers. So think of it this way. If you are appealing to all moms who also own their own business, who are specifically women between the ages of 20 and 40, right? Those are 4 things that you are trying to market to. Well, sorry to break it to you, but so is every other yoga studio, gym, app, daycare center, dance studio. Everyone is trying to get those 4 categories marketed to. So you have a little bit of competition. Not to mention also, you've got people that are trying to market to parents everywhere. So that is also going to interfere with your bid. Now, why does it matter how many people are competing to get in front of your ideal audience? Well, Facebook looks at every single ad and puts the best ad in front of those people earlier than the worst ad. Meaning, think about when you're scrolling on Facebook, right? Or Instagram. You're scrolling, and maybe you see an ad, maybe you click on it, maybe you buy. And sometimes you get distracted once you do that and you don't go back to the app. Or you're scrolling, you skip the ad, you skip the next ad, you're like, dude, I'm not in the mood for ads. I want entertainment right now. Really, that very first or maybe second ad is the prime real estate for advertising, because any ad that's seen after that is gonna get passed by. Well, Facebook analyzes your ad. It says, who exactly is this ad targeting? Who else is trying to target those same people? And how does this ad compare to the ads that are targeting those same people? Well, the more niched down you get, the less people you are competing with, so the higher your ad can perform. Not to mention, if you are specifically targeting a local area and calling out that local area and speaking to the pain points or the desires or the loves or the passions or the excitement of the people in that local area, oh, honey, your ad is going to perform so much better. And Facebook is going to know it, meaning your ad is going to beat out all of the competitors. The local ads competing for these people and the other companies that are in your industry and out of your industry who are trying to appeal for the exact same person. That person only has so much space to consume ads. Let's get your ad at the top of the list. And that's why it matters. Okay, now we are going to talk about how to use your uniqueness to make your ad so irresistible. And that goes back to targeting the exact area that you are in. This is where we're going to start, because once you perfect your area, you can then spread it to the other areas. Now, me personally, I am located outside the greater Philadelphia area, and I know my city loves their sports. You know why I know? Because I love my sports. And so if I were going to speak to the greater Philadelphia area, I would use phrases like, we can't seem to get rid of Taijuan Walker, no matter how much he sucks it up at pitching. But you know what you can get rid of? Identity theft. So be sure to subscribe to my super secure anti-identity thefter, and I'll make sure no one ever steals your identity. Unless you're Taijuan Walker, because ain't nobody want that identity to begin with. You see how I appealed to my local crowd in a way that would speak to them? So now I'm going to create this ad that hits on something that they love and throw it out there and see how it performs. I already got a good chance because I'm targeting such a small local area, so my ad spend is going to be super low, and hopefully it tickles the funny bones of the local people the same way it tickled mine, and I get some results. If not, I can move on to another thing that's very centrally local to my area and see how that works and try it again and again. Now, once I find 2, 3, maybe even 5 ads that really speak to my local area and perform well for my ad, now I can take those exact same ideas and duplicate it in Dallas. Although I'm not going to Dallas because the Cowboys suck. It's a rating, not a star. See, I just did it again. I really hope someone from Philadelphia is watching this. But I can take it and duplicate it in Denver, in Miami, in Tallahassee, in Ohio. I can take the same idea, whether it be sports or the weather, the neighborhood, and then research another area that I want to target and find how I can use similar messaging to appeal to them. Now, of course, not every message will convert, right? If I'm doing super nerdy baseball facts in Philadelphia, I am not going to have that same result in Tampa, where there seems to be no Rays fans. Come on, Rays fans, pull it together. Baseball's awesome. My point is, you may not be able to have the exact same concept translate in every single local market, which is why you want to test a bunch of different options and choose the 5 best performing ones so you can try that exact concept in the next town you target. My recommendation is to go to one town and then the other. You can start at $5 a day when you are targeting a local area. Do a 10-mile square radius, and then when you start to slip into Learning Limited, then you can up it to 15 or 20 and go from there. These are so cheap ads, super cheap ads, and they really reach the people because you're speaking to the people. It takes a little bit more work on your side, but it is completely worth it for the ad spend, and you've now appealed to your client in such a way that they're like, oh, she gets me. I have to choose her instead of rando McGeorge over here who doesn't seem to care about the birds. Now, which ad type are we going to choose? Because there are so many ad types to choose from. Don't worry, I've got you covered in this video to tell you the only 3 that you need to focus on. Makes it super simple because we're all about simplicity, baby.